Alright guys, I hope you're doing great today. So today we have a wire crimping and wire stripping kit that we're going to take a look at. This is by Haisstronica, and this is what comes in the kit. It's got quick change dies. You get a total of 6, and we'll go over what style crimpers, or what style crimps they will crimp, and a set of strippers. These are also a crimper and a cutter. And we're going to take a look at all this, but first let me show you the card that it comes with so you can get a quick idea of the style terminals that you can crimp with this. So this first one is heat shrinkable terminals, and that's where you crimp down the center portion on the wire, and then you shrink the ends to seal the wire. So it's kind of an environmentally sealed splice. Then you've got insulated terminals. Then you've got your non-insulated terminals. Then you've got open barrel terminals, your wire end terminals, and your female and male solar terminals. Now you can see the different gauge down here for each one that it's rated for. So first let's take a look at these strippers. These are also wire cutters, and if this is all you've got in your tool bag, you can also crimp with these. I wouldn't recommend it, and I'll tell you why. I would definitely recommend something like this over these. If this is all you've got, then by all means use these. But you need a good pair of crimpers, and I'll explain why. But first, let's take a piece of wire, and we're going to see how these work. We're going to actually use 3 different size wires. Now, these strippers are kind of cool because you got this guide. You can actually pivot the guide completely out of the way. So if you wanted to get in here and get right in the middle of a piece of wire and just strip, a section off so you can solder to it or whatever, you can do that. Or you can pivot it down and then you just push it wherever you want it. And that looks pretty close right there. So we're just going to go with that. And just butt the wire up and then squeeze. Got a nice strip. That was the 18 gauge. Let's try the 20 gauge. Now the 12 gauge. And the 12 gauge is some pretty heavy stuff. Did a good job, but the insulation kind of stretched more than what it does on this, so you'd probably have to adjust the guide a little differently for your bigger wire. So strippers work pretty good. Oh, I want to do some cutting just to kind of show you how the cutters work. Cuts just effortlessly. So anyway, and like I say, you got 3 different lugs here for uninsulated terminals. Then you've got your lug here for insulated terminals. Insulated terminals are going to look like these. Uninsulated would look like this. So let's get to some crimping now. So I've got the insulated dies in here to start with, so that's what we're going to start with. And we'll just take the 18 gauge wire, and I'm just going to crimp an insulated terminal. This is an eyelet. Now there are 2 different sets of dies within this. One set is for the outer barrel for the strain relief that crimps down around the insulation of the wire. Then the smaller portion is for the part that crimps down around the actual copper conductor or aluminum, depending on what kind of wire you got. So we're going to stick our wire in there to where just a little bit's going to stick out. Notice you got a blue dot right here, so you got red, blue, and yellow. This is a blue insulated terminal. and then you crimp down until it'll release. This is a ratcheting crimper. Notice it ratchets. You cannot release it unless you use the little release lever here until it goes all the way through, and then it'll release. And that's what gets you your consistent crimps. It is adjustable, so depending on the brand and style terminals you're using, you can adjust this to get the exact right amount of pressure on it. And then once this is locked back down, from that point on, every time you squeeze it and it releases, you're going to have the same pressure applied to each crimp. But you can see how nicely that's crimped. You can see how the back is crimped down around the insulation, so that's what provides your strain relief. That way you're not just working on the copper wire and you know, cause it to snap off prematurely. So as far as crimping insulated terminals, works pretty good. And the way this little safety lever works, let's say that you crimp down on you had it in the wrong side. So let's say you had this blue in the red and you realized, oh man, I'm not going to be able to really squeeze down hard enough on that. You can release it and get it out of there and then start over. So that's pretty nice. Now let's do my preferred way to splice wire, which is uninsulated barrels with heat shrink. Now to change these dies out, you just push this button and the dies literally just slide right out. So that's pretty nice. Then we're going to take the the uninsulated dies. I'm going to slide them right in. And that's what we got for uninsulated dies. And let's just go ahead and cut off. The nice thing about these wire strippers is you don't have to make any adjustments for the, I need that a little bit closer. For this wire size, you just stick the wire in there and it strips the insulation off. So you can see how nicely and uniform the strip was there. And I've got a whole kit of the barrels for uninsulated splices because I use these all the time. This is my preferred method for splicing wire. Get the right size there. You're going to need that, and then you're going to need some heat shrink. Now this heat shrink is a 3-to-1 ratio, so it really shrinks down, but this is a marine grade. This heat shrink has an adhesive in it, so whenever it's shrunk down, that adhesive melts and it seals the wire. The only thing you don't want to do is forget to put the heat shrink on before you do your splice. And what I like to do is, of course, you got to figure out which side to, or which hole you're going to put your splice in. Squeeze down till you just get the notch to set to where it doesn't fall out. Stick our wire in, squeeze the rest of the way down. Got a nice, beautiful crimp. Just a slight twist. You don't want to twist the wire just too much. Now I do try to keep where you've got the first crimp, I try to keep the second crimp in the same spot. So let me get that set, just so you can see it. Now you can see that this crimp, it's just slightly bigger than the wire is. Now at this point, we're going to put the heat shrink over that. Take your favorite heat gun, shrink it down, and I'll show you how the adhesive seals the wire. hopefully you can see right on the end of the shrink there, if I hit that just right, hopefully you can see the adhesive. That wire is completely sealed from the elements. It's a strong splice, so if this was under the frame of a car, under the hood of a car, you're not going to have to worry about it. They can get wet, water, whatever on it, oil, transmission fluid, and it's not going to interfere with the integrity of the splice itself. And what's nice about these type of splices is if you had 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 wires that you have to do, you don't have a big non-insulated splice taking up a bunch of room to where they're going to stack up and you're going to form a big knot. Anyway, this seems like a really nice crimp set. I wish I would have had a nice crimp set back whenever I was in my 20s, because there was a lot of crimps that I did with just a real cheap pair of crimpers that ended up failing, you know, within the first year of it being crimped. And I didn't know any better. I was young, and as I've gotten wiser throughout the years, I realized that the right type of terminal and the right crimper means everything when it comes to the integrity of repairing a wire. And before I forget, guys, besides the regular barrel style environmental type splice, I also prefer to use, like whenever I do these eyelets, I prefer uninsulated. And I'll show you why. So I've already got an eyelet crimped on here. I'm just going to take some heat shrink and we're going to shrink it down. I'll show you how much nicer of a terminal end you get here versus the regular insulated type. For one, I was able to verify that the crimp itself is about as solid as you can get. But now you can see how much more streamlined and compact that terminal end is. And it's more sealed. This is an environmental heat shrink, so I don't know if you can see the oozing out of the end there. But that entire, from the wire all the way up to the eyelet is sealed. So that should keep water out a lot better than having just a exposed or insulated style terminal end. In fact, you know what, while we're here, I'm not going to make you sit through this, but I'm going to crimp a regular insulated terminal end on, and I'll show you the difference. Alright guys, so I've got the insulated versus the non-insulated. I mean, you know, for quick and fast and easy, this is going to be fine. But if you want neat and a better crimp style, go with the uninsulated and marine style heat shrink. You can see how much nicer you get with the uninsulated versus the insulated. Anyway, we're pretty much done. If you need a nice crimp set, you might take a look at this. It's actually pretty inexpensive, and these quick change dies really make it nice to swap different dies in and out depending on what kind of terminals that you're going to be crimping. Anyway, we're done. You guys take care. We'll see you in the next one.